All right. Welcome. What's up, Turnout fam? So you know what time it is? It is time for Power Hour. I'm actually going to be doing things a little bit different from some of my previous Power Hours. I'm actually going to be doing some prospecting myself today. But as always, I want to make myself available for everyone who's here on Zoom. Congratulations for being here, for showing up, because showing up is part of the battle. And you did show up, but showing up is not half the battle. Showing up is only a small part of the battle. We got to put in the work. So I see you guys can jump in the chat. I see Sally. Good morning. Awesome. And let me just give you guys the link to where the Power Hour page is. I just put it in the chat. And that is this page here. When you get to this page, it's going to have previous Power Hours that we've done, as well as some scripts, some of the hottest scripts that we are using. We've got a really great training here. If you missed it, watch this on how to grow your engagement on Facebook and get more leads. Be sure to watch that. And then we've got some other trainings. Now, one of the most recent series of trainings that I would encourage for all of you to watch and rewatch is this one right here, where it says Champions Circle. So if we click on that, it's going to go to our Champions Circle page. All of you should already know about this, so I'm not going to go into details, but go to the page. Watch these trainings. This big purple banner is actually a training that Tina did, if you click on that. And then here is day 1 with Tina, day 2 with Sarah, day 3 with Kathy and I, and day 4 with Rhonda. And we've also got a Champion Circle training here from Sonara. So these trainings on this page are going to give you exactly what you need, the nitty-gritty, down and dirty steps of how to recruit more people. So if you're ever in a place, or if you have anyone on your team that's ever in a place of, well, who do I talk to? And what do I say? And how do I get out of this funk? And how do I talk to more people? Go to this page. Go to the Champion Circle page. It has all the trainings that you can watch. It's all in one place for easy access. All right, so back on the Power Hour page, you can see there's lots of other trainings on here to go through that. And we've got lots of scripts that you can use to help you with what to say to make it simple. All right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to kind of get into prospecting mode myself, but I'm also going to make myself available for all of you because you showed up. You're here on Zoom. So if you're in a conversation with a prospect, and you want my take or opinion on how do you respond, what do you say to this question, or how do I respond to this question or objection, just either pop it in the chat. You can just type it in the chat, or you can unmute yourself, and I will be here to help you guys. All right. One of the things that I'm going to be doing today, as far as, the whole thing with Power Hour is like, well, who do you talk to during the Power Hour? Well, let me give you some suggestions, some ideas. Number one, anytime I ask this question, 99.9% of the people always answer this question no. And I'm a no as well. And that is, have you messaged all your Facebook friends? So while a lot of times we get, we get so overwhelmed with prospecting and where do I find people and what, all this stuff. How about start with your Facebook friends, right? So that's the best place to start. Do the stories, do the posts, do the reels, do the lives, do all the things. But also go through your friend list, right? Every day you should be messaging people from A to Z. Start from the top and just go through and message all your Facebook friends. Again, on the Power Hour page, we have lots of scripts that you can use. Doesn't have to be exact. Just tweak it, make it your own. And each person might be slightly different. So definitely message all your Facebook friends. You can then go through people who are watching your stories. You've all heard this. So as you go through your stories, you can see who has viewed your stories. Those are people who are paying attention to you. Now, a lot of them might already be in Trinot, which is fine, but a lot of them may not be. And so that's a great opportunity. If they're taking the time to watch your story, reach out to them. Hey, what's up? I saw we're connected on Facebook. You don't have to say specifically, hey, I saw you were watching my stories. You don't have to say that exactly, but you could just reach out, right? They already know you. They're watching you. So reach out, make contact, use one of the scripts, and see if you can, take the ball from there. in the conversation. Would you be interested in learning more about our amazing products, or maybe partnering up and working together, making some extra money? Which would you be more interested in? Let me know either way, right? So just a simple question to reach out to people. What I'm going to be doing today is I'm actually going through and I'm going to go through some of my old posts. This is another little strategy that I'm going to share with you guys that can give you more ideas of who to talk to. So let me just share my screen really quick. Again, if you guys have any questions for me while you're here on Zoom, feel free to unmute or type in the chat. Okay. So one of the things that I'm going to be doing today, and you can do this as well, is go through your old Facebook posts, specifically the ones who had the most engagement. And there's a couple cool things about this strategy. Is one, it's a great place to go just to find people to follow up with, and maybe you haven't followed up with in a while. The other thing that happens is when you go back through an old post, okay? By the way, one thing you can also do is go to your memories, okay? I don't even know where memories are on my desktop because I always do it from my phone. So yeah, that's interesting. Let's see if I can find it. Let's see what Sally says. I like the approach. I see we're friends instead of I see you're watching my story. Yeah, that might be listen, if you've already done it that way, it's fine. But it might be a little weird if you're like, hey, Sally, I see you're stalking me. Or hey, Sally, I see you're watching my stories. Like I'm watching you watch me, right? Might come off a little weird. But what you could do is just be like, hey, I see we're friends. I see we're connected. And it may just maybe a little less weird that way. But either way, definitely reach out to the people who are watching your stories. So when you are on the page here, let's see, memories, here we go. So over on the far left, we've got memories. And literally every day, I go back through my memories on Facebook. And what this is going to do, it's going to show you on the anniversary day every year, what you posted for that day. And it's a great place to go back to get posts boosted or re-engaged in the feed. I've actually had posts that I've done this with, and I went to an old post from a year ago or 3 years ago or 5 years ago, and I would comment on that post, and then boom, it goes back in the news feed, and then people are seeing it all over again. And some people think it's like a brand new post, and they don't even look at the date. And so it like reignites an old post. So that's one thing that you can do, which is another really cool strategy I recommend, is go back through your memories and comment and even reply to some comments from old posts. Okay. And so here was one. So Kathy did this post a year ago, and she's talking about just telling a story and, about when we came over to Trinot, which was actually just over a year ago. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through, there was 44 comments. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to so here's an example. So Dan here commented on this a year ago, and I didn't even engage with his comment. So Dan is not a part of our team. He's not a part of Trinot. So what is this? This is a prospect, right? This is a potential prospect. He commented on this post from a year ago. With faith, everything is possible. You know it. So I liked his comment. I'm replying to his comment. And this is going to do a couple things. One, it's going to notify him, right? He's now getting a notification that I tagged him. And it also may reboost this post and get Kathy's post re-fed into the feed to get more engagement, more likes, things like that. So I'm going to go through and do this with a lot of these comments. And so this is a strategy that you can do as well. But then I'm also going to message these people, some of them. Okay. So Dan, for example, I'm going to go right here. I'm going to hit message, and let me make sure there's not anything like, sensitive here when the little chat thing pops up, if it ever decides to. But I'm going to go back through and message these people because a lot of them I haven't messaged yet about Trinot. So wouldn't it be a good time? Yeah, it would. So I'm just going to say, hey, bro, like that's it. Messaged him before, but sometimes when you go in Messenger on your desktop like this, it looks like we have no messages. But when I go to my cell phone, and pull up Messenger. Actually, this is kind of crazy. We've never messaged. We are Facebook friends. I'm Facebook friends with this guy, and we have no messages on Messenger. That's wild. So usually that's not the case. Usually sometimes it'll look like we've never messaged, but then when I go to my phone, it'll have like all the history of conversations we've had. So a lot of times what I will do, okay, my strategy sometimes with messaging people is I don't even send a script. Did you guys see what I just said, Dan? It was just, hey, bro, or hey, Dan, or hey, what's up? Exclamation mark, question mark. And so why am I doing that? Because I just want them to respond. My whole goal when I'm messaging someone is less is more, get their attention, get them to respond. Okay, does that help? So don't feel like you have to always even use a script. Okay, Tracy, Messenger app versus Facebook. Tracy, I'm not sure what you mean by Messenger app. The only way that I ever use Messenger to communicate with people is either on my desktop, which I'm sharing my screen here and I just showed you, or from Facebook Messenger. I only use either Facebook desktop or Messenger on my cell phone. 99% of the time, I'm on my cell phone, messaging people through Messenger. Hopefully that answers your question. If not, let me know. So this is what I'm going to be focused on today, is I'm going back through posts like this, commenting, liking, messaging people who have commented on old posts. Okay. So here was another one. Here's a video that I did from a year ago. And I'm going to go back through and look at some of these comments as well. So let's see. All right. So here we go. So Debbie said info, because in my video here, this was a video I did a year ago talking about, and by the way, when you do Facebook Lives, let me give you a couple little tips on Facebook Lives. Ready? Make sure you always have a title or a description. When people go live and there's no description, no title, why are people going to watch? You gave them no reason to watch your live. And I see people do it all the time. So make sure you put a title or description in your Facebook Live. And number two, it should be short, like one sentence, one or two. It should also be something that's going to encourage people to watch, something that maybe grabs attention, like this one. I can't believe it happened to me. Watch this to find out what and why. So what does that do? It's that one word, curiosity. So just a little tip there. When you're posting, create curiosity. It'll get more people to watch. And so in this video, I talk about how I was put in messenger jail because I was messaging so many people so fast when we were launching with Trinot 1 year ago. But in the video, I also talk about, hey, if you want to be a part of this and learn more about my business, let me know. And so I had people commenting that they wanted more info. Okay. And I mean, talk about dropping the ball, right? I got a guy right here, Melvin, said info. So anytime people ask or comment or anything on anything, I'm going to like their comment. I'm going to reply, tagging them. Just sent you a PM. Okay. Just sent you a DM. Check your inbox. Sent you a message. Those are all different variations of the same thing. I don't always like to say the same exact thing. So change it up a little bit with how you respond to people on Facebook, okay? And then I'm going to go here. We are Facebook friends. I'm going to hit message. And then, wow, so I haven't messaged this person since 2014. Hello? Like, what? We're Facebook friends. And the last time I messaged him was 2014. Like, can you say Parker's dropping the ball? Okay. Hopefully my wife doesn't watch this because she's going to be mad, right? We're just leaving prospects on the table. Hey, Melvin. It's been a long time. How you doing? Okay. So what happens here is, number one, I just responded to his comment, even though it was from a year ago. I tagged him, so he's getting a notification. Aron Parker just tagged you, so he's going to look at that and say, oh, okay, what's this, right? Now I'm also sending him a private message. and we haven't messaged in 10 years. Like, what? That just blows my mind. And so I'm not just coming straight out with a script. I'm just getting them to respond, right? Send something, get people to reply. Okay, so I'm going to be going back through and doing that with this post as well. So Sally says, do you do multiple memories in one day? I do, but I don't do too many, right? So as I'm going through these memories, right, I've got this one that Kathy did. I'm going to go back through and comment on this post and reply to some comments on this post. Let me give you another little tip. Another way to reboost old posts, okay? When you go to your post, and you can do this from your cell phone as well, you click on share. Actually, that's not the share. We're going to go to, let's see if it'll even let me do this on my desktop. I personally do not like to share posts to my stories from the desktop because it doesn't always give you all of the features, we'll say. But for example, if I click share, and then right here, do you guys see this? It says your story. So I'm going to click your story, and it just shared this post to my stories. Now that's cool, but it didn't give me any options. What do I mean by options? Okay. When you do it from your cell phone, it gives you options. And I'm going to show you, I'm going to tell you what I mean by that. So here's an example of options. So look at this post. It's a post, and then at the top, it says stronger together, and down here it says new post. You guys see that? Like the little thing is popping up, it says new post. And so when you share a post to your stories with your cell phone, you can add some text, add some flair, add a little GIF, add some arrows, and say, check this out, right? If you do it from your desktop, which I just showed you, it doesn't give you any options. It just shares it to your stories. So I always prefer to share posts, old posts, new posts, any post that I'm sharing to my story, do it from your cell phone. So you just click on the post, hit share to your story, and then the post will appear, and then you can add some, I'll just say flair, right? Meaning text, call to action, check out this post, this is important, you got to see this, maybe some arrows, something. And then when they click on the image in the story, guess what it does? It goes to your post. So guess what that's doing? It's giving you more exposure, more eyeballs. All right, is this helping? If this is helping, let me know. Drop a comment. Now, the question of, do I do multiple memories? I do, but I don't do too many, right? So when I'm going back through my memories and I'm doing this, I'm going to do maybe, sometimes I'll do one, sometimes I'll do maybe maximum 3, right? You don't want to do too many. Sharon says, great idea. Awesome. Glad I could help. Anybody else getting value from this? Is this new to anyone else? All right. So going back through the memories and finding old posts, commenting, engaging, following up with people is definitely something you want to do. I've had posts from 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago that I would do this with. And then boom, it would like get re-engaged in the newsfeed and start getting comments again, as if it was a brand new post, which is kind of cool. Thanks for the feedback, guys. I appreciate it. Marcy says, yes, amazing info. Sarah, love this reminder. Sally says, so good. Sue says, yes, good stuff. It's all new to me. Awesome. Melanie, good stuff. Great. The reason why I'm verbalizing the comments sometimes is because the replay viewers, right? I want the replay viewers to know what you guys are saying as well, because they won't see the comments. Okay, so now there's also, so you have memories, okay? Here's another thing you can do. If you're ever like, well, I went through my memories and I didn't really have any good posts to do what I just suggested. So what should you do? Well, you go to your Facebook profile, like I just went to mine, and a faster way to kind of go through old posts is right here. Look at this. Do you guys see this? It says grid view. Now, I don't think this is available from your cell phone. You need to be on a desktop. But I'm going to click on grid view. When you do that, it's going to change the layout of your page. This is just for you. No one else is going to see this. So why would you do this? Because look what happens. Instead of having to scroll so much just to get through all the posts, look at this. It puts your posts in little boxes like this. So you can very easily and quickly go back through and see all of your posts for the month. Like here's July. Bam, 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 bam. I can easily see what I posted in the month of July. Okay. And so what am I doing here? Well, we're going back through old posts to do the same thing, to re-engage, to comment on posts, to reconnect. Now, the one thing I don't like about grid view is it doesn't show you your comments, right? So meaning, I mean, obviously if you click on the post, it will. But if you go to list view, which is the default view, you can see right here how many comments are on that post. And so that kind of gives you a good idea. Marcy, I did not know that. Thanks. Awesome. So this is what we're doing right now. This is what we're doing today. We're going back through old posts and we're going to comment and reconnect with people. Wait, how did you see grid? All right, Jenna. So when you go to your Facebook page, it's just facebook.com/your username, takes you to your page. You just scroll down and go right here and click on grid view. And it's going to, when you're on grid view, you can see it right there. Awesome. You can just scroll through very quickly and see all of your posts, and you'll be able to scroll through faster. And so like if I'm scrolling through and I'm like this definitely looks like a business post, right? So we click on that and bam, 140 comments on this post that Kathy did. So this would be a great post, again, to go back through and do the same thing and do that with a lot of other posts as well. So, all right. So that's what I'm going to be working on right now. Glad I could teach you something new, guys. And I think we're just going to keep it simple today. I'm going to get into prospecting mode myself. I'm going to keep doing everything I just showed you guys, going through posts. This is Power Hour. So get into action, get excited, and use the scripts, or just, follow some of the things that I just gave you here today. Reconnect with people, and let's start messaging. If you have any questions for me on objections or what to say to a prospect or anything like that, just unmute or drop it in the chat and I'll be looking for those. And again, the recording of today's training will be on that page. That's our Power Hour page. I'll have it up there tonight. So if you want to watch this again, or if you have people on your team, you're like, man, you got to watch this, just send them to that link and they'll be able to watch this training tonight. Let's get to work. Let's do this. Also, let us know how you're doing. If you want to share a win or share something exciting, drop it in the chat, unmute, let us know. Let's all celebrate together. All right, Melanie says that grid view is really good to see the variety we are posting to make sure that there's a good balance. Melanie, that's a great point. I didn't think about that. When you go through your grid view, if everything looks the same, it's kind of boring, right? And people don't want the same. So scrolling through that grid view, seeing a variety of fun, family, friends, business, personal, that's the way to go. And that grid view is a good way to just very quickly see that. So I like that. That's a great tip. Shelby wants to know, how would you handle a big hitter that signed up with you 2 weeks ago? You sent them products to sample and now they aren't responding. So, I mean, this can be very typical, right? With a big hitter or a not big hitter. Shelby, I would say that if they're not responding, you got to keep on them, right? Especially if you sent samples. I personally don't send samples to anyone because nobody sent me samples, right? I trusted the products. I trusted my sponsor. And when we did our due diligence and we were ready to join, it was, I'm buying a platinum pack. Like, that's the way to go. But either way, right? Whether you sent them samples or you just have someone who joined or is ready to join, whatever it is, if you have someone not responding, they're ghosting you. First of all, it's normal. You've got to just raise your level of excitement, vibration, follow-up, intensity to get them to respond. When people don't respond to me, I usually hit them with like, are you okay? And I'll just leave it at that. And then 2 days later, I'll be like, hey, exclamation mark. And then the next day, I'll be like, Shelby, are you there? Question mark. Just something super short to get their attention to get them to respond. A lot of people are just busy. Maybe they didn't see your message. Maybe they're kind of ignoring you on purpose. And again, it does happen. People do that because they're just people. I would also add to that, if you have someone who's a big hitter, you should get that person connected with another big hitter. Meaning your upline leader. That could be, an emerald, a diamond, someone who is also a six-figure earner, and say, hey, John, hey, Sally, you're a big hitter. I want to get you connected with the big hitter. I want you to talk big hitter talk and get your big hitter, your upline leader, to get them off the fence, to get them engaged, to get them moving. And so I would recommend setting up like a Zoom with your big hitter and your upline big hitter, so they can connect and get excited and set up a game plan and all that good stuff. Okay, hopefully that helps. Awesome, Kate. Yeah, so you've sent messages to set them up with Tina. They won't respond. I mean, you know the old saying, right? You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. So at the end of the day, if you've messaged them like every day for the past week and they haven't responded, give them a break. Just wait a week. And then if they still haven't responded a week later, send another message. And like every week, once a week, just send another message. But eventually, their lack of response is all you need to know, right? They've checked out. They're not interested. It's not the right time, whatever it is. I think maybe sending an audio, if you haven't done that, would be good, just so they can hear your intensity and your excitement. Like, John, listen, I know you're busy, but this is really important. I want to get you connected with Tina on a Zoom because she can help you understand how to get you to six figures fast. She's done it. She's helped other people do it. I know she can help you do it. When can we get you connected with Tina? Just boom, straight to the point. So I would just keep following up, but eventually just take a break, right? That's all you can do. How about sending an audio clip? Yes, Sue, I just said that. I definitely think audio clips are powerful. Just keep them short. Do not send long audios. I don't listen to long audios. It gotta be straight, sweet, to the point. Can I have your platinum pack video? Absolutely. So one of the beautiful things about this Power Hour page, guys, is that it's kind of like a hub. It's a hub for all the information. So go to that link. This is our Power Hour page. I'm going to show you exactly where to go. So you're going to scroll down under these videos, and you're going to see right here, it says more trainings. And then right here, it says bundle video. Helps you enroll more associates with the Platinum Pack. I do not ever let an associate join until they've watched this video. This one right here. Send them to the page. I say, read this, watch the video, and then message me back and let me know which option you would like to choose. But if they're like, I'm ready to go, send me your link. I'm like, absolutely. But first, go here. I do that with everybody. And that's why most people join the Platinum, because this video really paints the picture, creates the value, and the importance of getting started with a Platinum bundle. All right. So check that out. And I'm gonna keep answering any questions you guys have. So feel free to unmute or post any other questions in the chat, any wins that you're having, any prospecting questions you have. What do I say to this? How do I respond to this? Whatever it is, I'm here to help.
Hey, Aron.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
So I get a lot of responses or just people watching my stories. That's my best. That's the best way.
Hey, Sue, you're breaking up.
I get crickets.
Sue, you broke up. I didn't hear you. All I heard was story.
Oh, okay. So when I get people to watch my stories, I message the ones that do I message the ones that I get every time, or do I just message everybody? Some of them I've talked about the business with, but they've either not responded or they say, no, I'm just here to support you in response to that one, or just say, okay, thanks for your support. Um, I don't know
Yeah.
what to say to them.
Yeah, I mean, I think that um what you're saying is spot on, right? You're messaging people who are watching your stories. Hey, are you here just supporting me, or are you interested in learning more about our products and trying them, or maybe making some money with our business?
Okay.
And if they're not receptive and they're not open, then just, oh, great, awesome, well, love you, so grateful for you to be, connected, and we'll keep in touch, right? The whole thing of
My
messaging. What's that?
oh, my internet keeps cutting out. I don't know why.
No worries.
So go ahead.
Yeah. So you'll just have to realize that when you're messaging people that way, they may not be interested, and that's okay.
Hmm.
Then just tell them you're grateful that you're connected with them, and then just go to the next person, right?
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Awesome. You're welcome.
Hey, Aaron, I got a question for you.
Yes, Marcy.
I listened to your video about the money objection,
Yep.
and I approached this person who I think would be really good in the business. She's my one of my hairdressers, and she said, "I can't afford it right now. I'm paying $1,000 in rent. I'm going to da da da." And then 2 days later, I saw her on this post on like a generic downriver Michigan, sort of like we have in Florida, post about, West Palm and stuff. Somebody was looking for people to help work at Sam's in the deli. How do you respond to somebody like that when she tells them she's interested, but yet she's kind of putting me on the back burner? I really think it's a confidence issue, like you talked. But how do you actually approach somebody when you see something like that? Because it's really bugging me.
So just to clarify, she responded about having a job.
She is a hairdresser that works and looking for extra income.
Right.
So that's what we talked about, the side gig with Trinette. And she told me she is changing where she's renting a spot. She's going to go to her aunt's, save $1,000 a month, wants the platinum pack, wants to buy all in, blah, blah, blah. And then 2 days later, I see her on this Facebook group where somebody's looking for counter help at the, Sam's has that deli where they
Yeah,
sell hot dogs.
so she responded
She
to
responded to them looking for hot dog work
right.
when she's, so I'm thinking it's a confidence thing. She doesn't think she can do it.
Yeah, it's really simple. I mean, you have to remember, like, to us, to all of us here, Trinot and working from home, it just makes sense. It's like, this is a
Right.
no-brainer. We love it. It's challenging, but we still love it. And we have that entrepreneur spirit. My family thinks I'm crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. Even my own family, with all the success we've had, they still think I'm crazy, and they don't ever want to do this. They would rather work 8, 9, 10 hours a day for someone else and have a limit on their income and complain about their income. They would rather do that than do this. So how do we understand the psychology behind that mindset? Listen, I'm not a psychologist. I will never understand that. So some people are either never going to get it because they don't want to get it. They're just going to stay stuck where they are. And we can't allow that to affect us, right? We have to stay solid in our mission and our vision, and focus on those who are open, focus on those who are interested in having an online business that is challenging, that has unlimited income potential, that's not, paying you based on how many hours you put in. So that's the first thing I would say. The next thing, when it comes down to the nitty gritty, is you have to just find out, most people psychologically, when it comes to that situation, they would rather just have a job. And there's nothing you could say or do that's going to convince them otherwise. So I wouldn't try to convince them. I wouldn't. you can still remain positive. You can still be that beacon of light and continue to show them that you have another way, that there is another option. And girl, when you're ready, let me know. That's it. That's all you can do. When you're ready, let me know. You
Well,
said
yeah,
money
I'm
was
not letting
tight.
it overwhelm me, but it kind of bugged me, and it was kind of like, wow, because she's on the internet, she's promoting her hair salon, she's promoting what she does with hair, and she's always posting videos, and she's very out there, and she's all over everybody's posts when they're looking for something. And she even said she'd be good at this, but
Yeah.
it was kind of like, wow, you want to go flip wieners instead? Ooh.
Yeah.
But
So if you know, like, what's your relationship? How well do you know this person? You
I
like
know her
close?
very well.
Yeah. So because you know her very well, I would be more aggressive and be like, girl, are you for real? You want to do that? You said you needed to make extra money. Like, why would you want to do that for minimum wage when you could come over here and make a ton more? Like, girl, what is holding you back?
Okay, that's what I wanted to hear. If that would be too, I know her
Because
very well. I don't want
because
to piss
you're
her off, but yet I think she needs a reality check.
yeah, because you're close friends, I would go that route.
Okay.
If you weren't close friends, I wouldn't be so aggressive. And I would just move on, like next.
Oh no, we're very close friends. I
Yeah.
put my hair in her hands.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah, for sure. So so at the end of the day, people that are skeptical or that are in that same mindset, and I'll go back to Tina, right? Tina, her story is when before network marketing, she was completely broke and struggling and all those things. And you might look at Tina and say, oh, she would never do this. She would never be successful. And look at her now, right? And there's also people who you look at them and say, oh, they would crush it. They would be perfect. They would be amazing. They would go straight to diamond. And a lot of those people, number one, they'll never join. And number two, even when they do join, they don't do anything. Right.
yeah.
So, like, you never know who is going to quote unquote get it. All we can do is continue to share our excitement, our passion, our energy, sharing stories. I would also relate. I would find, the whole thing of stories, right? So find someone in Trinot who's successful, who has a hairstyle background, and say, listen, there's this girl that was a hairstylist, and her name is whatever her name is, find out who it is. And now she's making $5,000 a month, $10,000 a month, or whatever it is in our business. And so when you find someone in Trinot who's doing the same thing they're doing, and now they're successful in Trinot, subconsciously that person is going to say, oh, well, they were a hairstylist and they're making big money. Well, maybe I can do this. So that's one big tip I would give you for those types of people. Other than that, all you can do is just keep doing your thing, lead by example. Some of those individuals will never get it, and they just don't want to get it. And you can't let that bother you. You just have to let them do their thing. Other people, they will get it eventually. It's just going to take longer. But as I said in my training on the I have no money objection, it's not about not having the money.
Yeah.
Because when someone says they don't have the money, I say, well, we have affordable options. You don't have to do platinum. You can come in with a smaller bundle. It's only going to be a few $100s. Oh, well, even a few $100s is really tight right now, blah, blah, blah. Okay, great. That's no problem. What do you mean? Well, when will you be ready? How long will it take to come up with a few $100s? Are we talking like a couple weeks, a couple months? Because it doesn't, this isn't for me. This is for you. I want to help you change your life. So whether you get started in 2 days, 2 weeks, or 2 months, when will you be ready to change your life? And are you going to let $300 stand in the way of you becoming massively successful? Really? What are they going to say? Oh, no, of course not. So I don't care how long it takes. Eventually they'll get started, as long as they are in the right mindset and they truly want to change and have success. Because I promise you, that person who's broke, they're going out to eat and they're spending money on this and they're buying, like, people are spending their money on stuff. They just don't think they can do it, or they don't see the value in it. So it's not about the money. There's something else going on subconsciously that's stopping them from getting started. Does that help?
Perfect. Thanks so much, Aron.
You're welcome, Marcy. All right, guys, we got like 10 minutes. Let's go. How's everybody doing? Keep messaging people. Let's go. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm here to help. Thank you for that, Jan. Yes, Reed. She's just following up on our conversation. She said that there are people who just don't want to deal with rejection or sell anything. And that's true. Some people are like, they would rather walk through hot coals than have to face rejection or have to try to sell something. It's like they're so scared of it, right? She says, I have an associate right now that says she doesn't want to bother anyone and put anything on her Facebook page, even though she was excited. So next. Exactly. The best thing you can do there is just encourage her, stay positive, and continue to just follow up with the success that you're having. And that, hey, listen, girl, when you're ready, we can help you. There's lots of ways to build this business, and you can do it stress-free. You can do it without the pressure. You can just do it super, super, super part-time if that's what you want to do. But also, she says that this is a very close family friend. A lot of times the super close family friends or family members are going to be the hardest / sometimes the most negative, the least interested. I mean, like I said, I have most of my family. They still, to this day, even after all the success we've had, they don't want to have anything to do with it. I'm just like, you guys are crazy, right? But like, you can't try to figure that out. Like, everyone's different. Everyone's wired different. Some people would never want to do this. Even if it was going to make them $1 million, they still wouldn't do it. They just don't want to do it. And that's fine. Don't try to figure it out. Just guess what? That's half the population. Okay. The other half is, and I'm just guessing here, right? You get the idea. You're going to have half the population that will never do this. That's great. No problem. Don't worry about that half. Focus over here on this half. This is the half. The other, we'll say in America, there's 300 million people. A lot of them are kids. We'll say there's 100 million people that would be open. The other 100 million aren't going to be open. Don't worry about these people. You want to be focused on this 100 million. These people who are business minded, who would be open to a side hustle, a business, entrepreneur, side gig, whatever you want to call it. Focus on that group. That will be way less stressful for you. All right. Yes, keep poking the bear. You never know. They may turn around, right? They may decide to get going again. Yeah, Tracy says, my family won't even buy products from me. Guess what? Me too. Right? Anyone else? It's crazy, but it's just the way the world works. So it's just the way it goes. Awesome, Sue. Sue said she just hit Onyx again yesterday, on to Jade this month, and her team is not doing much right now. So how do I get them going? I would say the number one way, this is like the $1 million question, right? We'll probably be closing out this power hour soon, but I'll keep answering questions if you guys are hitting me with stuff. The $1 million question in network marketing: how do I get my team to work? Right? How do I get my team to get to work? Come on, guys, let's go. We all want to know. The number one way is you got to work. You got to keep going. They have to see you producing. They got to see you bringing in new people. That's the only way. I know it's not what you want to hear, but even with that, it doesn't guarantee that your team is going to do what you do. But the chance of them working is going to be much greater when they see you working and they see you building and they see you continuously enrolling new people. What you could do is you could reach out to all. Here's what I would recommend. Let me give you a little call to action to help with your team. Okay. Number one is this Champion Circle thing is amazing. It's super awesome, right? Lots of cool prizes and incentives for the Champion Circle. It's exciting. There's new recognition. So I would reach out to, and I mentioned this on the Champion Circle training that I did, by the way. I would reach out to everyone on your team, everyone, all your personals, everyone else that you have the ability to connect with on your team and say, hey, I'm going for Champion Circle. That's what you say. I'm reaching out to you because I want to know if you want to go for it with me. And if they don't know what it is, say, great. You got to go check this out. This is amazing. And you can send them to the Champion Circle page, which is right here. I'm going to put in the chat for you guys. Bam. That link is also on the Power Hour page. Go here, look at the rewards. You can get hundreds of dollars in store credit. You can win Trinot swag. You get points for the Cancun trip. And you can get a limited edition custom Trinot jersey. This is huge. You get lots of recognition. This is going to help grow your business. It's going to help you make more money. It's going to help you rank advance. Right now, I'm going for this, and I'm reaching out to you because I want to know if you want to be a part of this and you're going to go for this as well. And we got to get to work. Let me know, are you in or out? Yes or no? If they say no, that's okay. Oh, no problem. I'm here. We're building. Let me know when you're ready. When you're ready to start having success and making some money with us, just reach out. I'll be here to help. Okay, Sue? If they say, yes, I'm in. I want to go for Champion Circle with you. Great. I'm going to start a group chat with a small group of people on my team that are 100% going for it. And in that group chat, guess what you're doing every day? You're posting your accountability of what you're doing. I just messaged 10 people. I got one interested. I got somebody watching a presentation right now. I just got this prospect and I'm getting them connected with my upline leader on a 3-way chat. I just got somebody who just signed up. Like whatever it is that you're doing, the actions that you're taking, post it in this chat with your Champion Circle people and encourage them to do the same. Hold each other accountable. Ultimately, this is you leading by example. Now, if you're watching this, you're like, well, I don't have anybody. I don't have anybody who's on my team who wants to go for it. That's okay. Guess what? You're going to get in the Champion Circle, right? And as you're recruiting new people, because you're doing it, guess what you ask your new associate who just joined with you? Hey, do you want to get in the Champion Circle with me? Yes, of course. Great. Guess what? We got to also get you to Jade. So we got to get your 3 associates ASAP, get you to Jade. You're going to get a $1,000 bonus. Are you ready to run with me? What are they going to say? Of course, they're going to say yes. Great. And then guess what you do? You add them into your chat. It might just be you and one other person. And as you and that one person keep doing this, you bring in another associate. They bring in an associate. Now you got 2 more people. You guys see what's happening? You grow the momentum. Even if your team is flatlined right now, you grow your momentum with your no team. Nobody's doing anything, but it starts with you. You go get one. You get that one to jump in with you. You go get another one. Your one gets one. You go get another one. That person gets another. You see what's happening here. But it's the energy that you're bringing. It's the actions that you're taking, and it's the example that you are setting for your team that is going to set the speed at which your team is going to get to work. So, does that help? As far as how do I contact them, that's going to be on you. You got to, again, I'm not suggesting that you go reach out to people in your team that you don't know. I'm saying you need to reach out to all your personals, those people you do know, and you can go into your back office and get their phone number and email. So call them, text them, email them. You can also reach out to them on Facebook. If you have team members that you didn't sponsor, that you are connected with, then reach out to them, right? Reach out to everyone you can. All right. All right, guys, we're going to close this out. Hopefully that helped. Did you get some value from that? If you did, drop a quick comment. Let me know. And also on the replay, feel free to share this replay with your team so they can get this information as well. And remember, your energy that you bring is what's going to determine the speed of your success. You've got to make a decision right now that when you're prospecting, your energy is going to be high. Have some music playing. What is your hype music? Okay. If you don't have any kind of hype music, get some. Okay. For my kids, It's like Christian rap. I'm just keeping it real, okay? It's Christian hip hop, Christian rap, because it's like that hard hitting, like super pumped up music, makes you want to work out, but there's no bad words, and it's all just talking about Jesus, right? For me, I do that, but I also have other music as well, right? But stuff that gets your juices flowing, gets you excited, gets you in state, jump up around, move around, and make sure your energy's high. And make sure you're focused on your goals and where you're going and what you're excited about. You're on a mission. You got to get in that champion circle. So every day, what are you doing to get closer to the champion circle? And then rally your team together, like we just explained, and get them running for it with you. That's going to create the energy and the duplication in your team that you're looking for. All right. Does that help? You guys ready? Let's do this. Okay. We will see you in the groups, and we will see you at TLA. I'm going to unmute everyone real quick. You guys can say something. Unmute. Say something. Let's go. Let's do
Thank you.
this.
This was great,
Make it a great
Aaron.
day.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you
you,
so much.
baby.
Great
Thank you,
info.
Aron.